We don't bother with sophisticated soundtracks. We like to create things ourselves. Welcome to Big Brother Uncouth. It's our second episode. Thanks to all of you who have already tuned into our experiment
podcast, which was very nice, and thank you very much for your comments. Leah is very hot. There's no doubting that whatsoever. And I am the nobody that's just with Leah. That's all there is to it.
Look, what we're going to do is it's been a very, very big night in the house. We're going to go back a little bit chronologically, skim over what's happened since everyone went into the house on that very big Sunday/Saturday night. Depending if you were then live, whatever. Yeah. Anyway, let's go back and I have a quick... Yeah. Okay. Well, we cannot deny the Camilla/David storyline that has been very much in the eye of Big Brother.
It's been very interesting. She's quite interested in him.
She dreamt about him. She denied him. She talked to him.
It was a very specific dream, though, I thought. I dreamt that, that David was in my dream last night and that I talked to him and he said no, and it was all a bit weird, like she was fishing for compliments.
Well, I think she's doing a little bit of that. There's an incident in the spa actually recently where she was saying, I don't know, everyone keeps saying you keep saying we're not very interesting, but I think we are incredibly interesting.
That's true. That's so true.
Anyway, let's go back to what's been happening. Now, Karen and Crystal, it's been quite funny. Oops. Our house guest just got caught a little bit unawares.
That's what it's like living in a house.
That's right.
You never know what's going to happen.
We really go for the Big Brother realism on Big Brother Uncouth. Anyway, back to the facts. Karen has been doing a few motherly things towards Crystal, just been slightly suspicious.
Molly.
Yeah, exactly. Basically, she tried to tell her to put a hat on when they were out in the sun.
Bit motherly.
Yeah, and she was actually talking to the other girls about... They were talking about who's going to get with someone, and they were pretty sure that Krista would be one of the girls who would, get together with a guy. Yeah. And Karen was saying, I've noticed that Crystal is kind of when the guys get too close, she moves away. She's just friends with them. She's just friends.
Is it a little bit too insightful? Do you think that she's going to give the game away? Do you think Mikey, the super sleuth, the real Inspector Hound, is going to sort of pounce on this kind of scenario because he's a very, very clever man and sort of deduct that they're actually sort of like the couple and actually sort of prove that his task is complete and sort of deny himself and to be free of kind of eviction.
The thing is, I think Mike, we should give him more credit than we gave him previously. He is quite with it. He's very obvious, but his obvious tactics actually get him through some very funny situations, and he did incredibly well with the least and most task with the hunky guys. Yeah. It was actually very, very well done. He was just very forthright, very, very obvious.
And very unsubtle.
I can't believe that Big Brother hasn't picked up on the fact that he is being, he's not allowed to indicate what he's trying to do, but he's actually very cleverly forthright with it. Who was that, by the way?
I don't know. Don't ask questions you don't want answered.
Okay, great. Anyway, basically, I think Michael's tactics are working. At first, I thought they were very sus.
What do you mean they're working? I mean, he's quite officiously bunking people up in the corner of the room going, so do you reckon there's someone else in here?
I know.
Do you reckon there's a relationship going on? Do you reckon there are two people going out together?
But
what do you reckon? What would you say? I mean, what about the conversation you had with Jamie or Gail? I can't remember which one it was. He sort of said... what would you... No, it was with David. What would you say... What would you do if Big Brother said to you, you have to do some really sort of erroneous tasks and you have to make everyone's lives hell, and would you accept it or would you not? Just hypothetically speaking.
Hiredgoon. Do you see the brilliance? The brilliance is... No, listen. Everyone is asking these kind of questions in the first week in the house. Everyone is going, do you think there's a couple? Do you think... It's perfect. It is completely what you'd be asking while you're in your first week.
There's no brilliance to it.
Michael, brilliant.
No.
Thumbs up.
No,
brilliant.
no. Red logo book, Mr. Men.
Quiet. Quiet now.
Too simple.
Quiet now. Okay, let's have a look at... Okay, very interestingly, David actually went into the diary room a couple of nights ago.
And then came out.
He went into the diary room to have a chat with Big Brother and talked about the fact there's something private about him that he is unable to talk about yet, and he's finding it very difficult because it's a very big part of himself. Now, as we know, there has been hints in the outward media about that there is a gay housemate, and everyone's pretty much been saying it's David.
Yep.
So anyway, it was touched on some of the episodes, but not followed through.
Mm-hmm.
But then they kept continuing with the storyline of Camilla and David and her getting closer and us being, it was a perfect soap opera setup.
They didn't have anywhere else to go, though. I mean, let's face it. I mean, there seems to be particular themes that Big Brother, the television show, the Daily Show, focuses on particular people at a certain time. I mean, it seems that that Anna has been the particular focus of today.
Oh, hasn't she just?
Anna and her missing brain cell have been a particular focus of today. Yeah. But she's actually a real person. She's got real feelings as well, and it's really important that people get to know that. But I think what she's pointed out today is that Big Brother people, and even people that commentate on Big Brother, can be quite critical of her personality.
Hiredgoon, it's part of the fun, particularly in the early weeks, because there are people who go under the radar, and the
radar is overrated.
Radar.
Yeah.
And like for instance, the Jamie Galen. Every now and then, when Jamie doesn't have his headband on,
you wonder who he is. You go, "Where's Jamie gone? What's going on?" I mean, there's a man without fashion going on. Whereas, and there's
a few people already. I've forgotten their names because they're not featuring, and that's just part of the game. Poor Anna had a bit of a shocker with the least. Who
would you classify as the people that have fallen below the radar?
Well, that's hard, Kain. Me.
Hiredgoon, doesn't matter. My name's Kain. That doesn't matter.
Anyway, you know what? You can't ask me that question because if they've fallen under the radar, I can't remember their names, so I can't tell you.
Let's backtrack a little bit. I'd have to say that Dino's fallen under the radar.
No, he hasn't. He had a brilliant moment tonight.
Tonight. But over the past couple of days, he only sort of came forth because he had a nomination, and therefore Big Brother decided to use him as some kind of focus for a specific task because of his dissatisfaction with the way people have been dealing with the number crunching. I'd have to say Claire has slipped underneath the radar.
She has recently, absolutely. Yes, that's very true.
I'd have to say that Elise, to a certain extent, has Ashley, even though he played a particular task in the lesser more thing.
And do you know who else we haven't seen much of? Tilly, just little glimpses here and
gone.
there. Tilly,
non-existent.
What's going on?
And what's the Queensland, Gold Coast trailer?
Katie.
She's been kind of.
Oh, she had a couple of moments tonight.
Even Crystal. I don't know.
Yeah, Crystal was under the radar,
There seems to be a real focus on Jamie. There seems to be a real focus on Mikey. I know he's been nominated. And there seems to be a real focus on people that are...
What do you mean Mikey's been nominated?
Well, he hasn't been nominated, but
you keep talking about nomination and there hasn't been any.
Let me just digress. He's been nominated by Big Brother to be the...
Insider. Anyway, let's skip over a few things.
He used to be Mike Goldman. Didn't he used to do Insider? No. What was the other... What was the name of that? I'll come
Next episode. Okay. Very interesting, I must admit, about the least and most in terms of intelligence. Very interesting, very clever by Big Brother. It got
He's
Anna.
A manipulative
but you know what happened to Anna? She actually completely lost her self-confidence. Did you see when she went into joining in the karate fight with Michael and they were doing that karate stuff? And she went over and they broke off. Just naturally, they just happened to come to an end. And she was completely paranoid. that they didn't want to include her.
Yeah, that's right.
So because of that least most, she's completely gone troppo.
Yeah. And rightfully so, because she's been ostracized. She's been self-appointed by the rest of the crew to sort of be, of the single cell origin. No, I mean, let's face it. Big Brother has concentrated on the different plot lines of everyone bitching about her and no one being able to communicate with her or take her on board as someone they can relate to.
But as much as you should know, Hiredgoon, that might not reflect, in fact, what's happening on an hourly basis on the house. We see what we are given to see. We never know. Maybe she hasn't been that ostracized.
Why would you suggest that I would understand this any better than any other
person? Because you've watched it many other times.
Person?
Well, I thought you'd have a... Yeah. Anyway.
I'm clueless. Call me Anna.
Okay. Look, let's cut to the chase. We had interesting revelations about Anna saying people aren't letting go of their emotions in the house. And we went through the very interesting hunky and not so hunky moves that Michael had to pull off as the insider. He executed that so well. Very well done.
You've said that, but I don't think he did.
He's got.
He didn't.
All right. What we have to come to.
He's got the acting skills of The Rock, of which he tries to portray. I don't think he's actually got any real sort of style. I mean, it's like when he walked out of the Big Brother diary room in the first place when he had to do the task of pouring the water onto the bed. Did you see the sheepish grin on his face? Did you see the way he could barely control his mirth? He couldn't look down. He was like, not me, don't look at me, don't look at me.
But
nothing sus.
But what you don't understand is he's like that all the time. So it's just like his usual personality. And then what happened? Do you remember when...
He's going to get caught out.
No, but when Galen found the wet water on his bed, he was going, see what happens when they go in the diary room, weird things happen. It's great because he's playing it. He's actually setting up the connection, but people are just laughing it off. It's brilliant. Anyway, come on, we've got to get...
The rest of us are watching going, you fool. The rest of them are going, we're fools, and not knowing under.
We have to get to the heart of the matter. Something really quite incredible happened tonight.
Mike Goldman last night came out Big news across television world. A lot of people are suspected for quite some time. Mike Goldman, star of Up Late, the Friday night games, the voice of Big Brother, the warm-up guy for Big Brother, did come out tonight. And I think Channel 10 executives everywhere were sort of waiting for this day. It was a very important day. People in forums have been speculating for quite some time. I know personally, allegedly, I have personally been curious about this matter, that Mike Goldman has come out and
as
admitted,
a presenter.
Yeah, he's admitted that he's a television presenter.
It's unbelievable. Brought it to you tomorrow.
I thought he was just a voiceover artist, but he's come out and admitted that he's a television presenter.
I thought he was just a tryhard, but there you go.
Hey.
There you go.
Don't go knocking the man. The man's a very nice man, and it's very bold of him to come out in such a large, wide national audience and to admit that he is, in fact, a television presenter. What I find interesting that he's come out after 4 days of the 6th series. It's taken him this long to come to the fact and sort of said, "Hello, Mum, I'm proud. I present on the television." And I think we should all be proud. I hereby nominate today.
I think I should take this moment to stop this rock star of blabbering and actually talk about the matter at hand, which is the fact that David has actually done an amazing, brave thing. I switched over onto Up Late and I missed his actual revelation. But man, handled so well by Karen with advice out the back, Galen, Tilly. Looks like great support from within the house. I'm sure there's going to be a few guys there who don't quite know how to deal with it. I just think it was just really awesome social commentary, really cool stuff. Anyway, I was proud of David.
Okay, I would disagree with you. Only because how many times does this man have to come out? Apparently he's come out before. There's rumours abound, allegedly, that he's been gay for quite some time, and that his community is aware, and that he's coming out on Big Brother, and so he's coming out again and again and again and again. How many times does this man need to come out? I'm looking forward to the day where Big Brother actually has a spin-off series where every night, 5 days a week, David just continues to come out. David rules! David rules! Yeah,
and thus we end this episode of Big Brother Uncouth. We'll see you probably in a few days' time.
Maybe tomorrow night.
Maybe tomorrow night.
Yes.
See you then.
So thanks very much for watching. Bye for now.